Welcome to Short Points. This is the second lesson of our quarterly, and the topic is perfecting our faith. We will be focusing again on the chapter 1 of the book of James, the verses from 2 to 11.
We identified who was the author, we talked about the circumstances when this was written, the people that he's addressing, and now we are starting with a very scandalous and controversial statement. Consider it, brother, a pure joy when you are tempted, when you are tested. I mean, come on, is this for real?
James is positive about trials, and the question is, how come? Can you learn to swim without jumping into the water? Or can you learn to bike without your father letting go of his grip? And it's scary, I know, like both, it's scary just to think about it. But in the process of letting go, of jumping in the water, is actually where you grow and you learn. That's why James saw something positive in the trials. How could you otherwise grow in your faith?
Absolutely. You know, at first we have this tendency to look at the verses as separate ideas and things that come in. But it sounds like James is just starting to develop an idea here, I see, and he continues that the testing of our faith produces perseverance, and from there we move to perfection.
And here is exactly where some people have a problem. When you say perfection, what does it mean? Like, if I have to replace this word like words like maturity, to mature, to grow into something, into endurance, grow in humility. Perfection is not a product of works, says James. Perfection is byproduct of faith. The sequence that Nick just mentioned is what James follows: faith that is tested, and this testing produces patience, and this patience, perfection, growth, maturity.
I want to pause for a little bit here, because right from the first line of his letter, James is addressing a very serious issue. I mean, something that we are experiencing today, it's still relevant today. About our mindset, about the things that are happening around us. Are they just things happening to us? Basically, James is saying, hey, you have enrolled in something, and if you weren't tricked into it, if it was something conscious, then don't complain. Just go through it, and if there are things that you don't understand, ask for wisdom.
And you can mature if you live childishly. You have to initiate a new way of life. You have to initiate a new mature approach to life, so that there is a change, there is a growth. Search for ways how to grow. Be proactive in this new initiative.
But sometimes we don't know what to do, and we are hesitant. We have doubts.
And doubt keeps us stagnant. Doubt doesn't finish it. Doubt doesn't initiate. Doubt doesn't mature and doesn't accomplish it. It's like being idle.
It's difficult to play acrobatics with doubt. I mean, wiggling in between. As James is saying, when we do this, we are double-minded person that are very unstable in everything that we do. And then he introduces another topic, the rich and the poor.
And there were rich people in the first Christian movement, in the first Christian church. There were rich people and there were poor people, of course. And there was pressure there, but they all had to go through the same experience. They had to mature in their faith. And there was a challenge for the rich people. The rich people had to experience humility. This was their challenge. For the people, the worries and the concerns that they had on their level of life actually was their constraint and their obstacle to experience the growth in their faith. But all of them lived in the same church. They were together against all social norms.
And it's not just about material stuff, poor and rich, but about our own struggles. And James is asking us to think about our own priorities. Where is our focus?
And this is what I learned in this lesson. James is genuinely concerned about our spiritual growth. And no doubt, he was a leader in Jerusalem.
We have just opened the door to some very serious issues and ideas.